OKN Junior, drivers aged between 12 and 14 years old. 36 entries into this one. It's a completely full category. 22 nationalities from all over the globe racing in this one very category. And of course, at the end of this weekend, we head to the Middle East. For the category, though, itself, the Kart Republic chassis, the KR2 being used this weekend, powered by the IAMI engine, the 125cc, 27 horsepower engine that's pushing out quite a bit of revs per minute. The minimum weight, though, 140 kilos. That's kart and driver included. Any gram underneath that, and they will be in a spot of bother with the stewards at the end and the scrutineering team at the end of a race. A little bit more about the karts, though. The tyres that they're using, the Vega XH4s that they have used over the course of this weekend. They have not need to worry about using the Vega W6 tyres because, well, it's beautiful blue sky and 32 degrees. The allocation, they get the one dry set and the one wet set. That is per day. So they have used these tyres through time qualifying, 2 qualifying heats, and now in this final. So they have been used and abused for quite some time over the course of this weekend. The championship standings at the moment, James Anagnostiadis leading that one, 276 points ahead of William Marshall. Kacper Rajpold third in the standings out of Toby, Gale. Ella Hakkanen and Conor Clancy round out the top 6 in the points standings. The first day of racing in Franciacorta for the third round of the Champions of the Future Academy program kick-started with the pole position set by James Anagnostiadis in the junior category.
Obviously last year that's where I won, and but right now I've got to stay focused on here and got a lot more races after this one, so yeah, more staying focused on this, but I'm pretty excited for it.
He would later go on to take both wins in his heats over the course of the day, with Conor Clancy and Victoria Farfus finishing third in the first qualifying heat, but unfortunately DSQ'd after a penalty at the beginning of the race. Qualifying heat 2 for the juniors, and once again James Anagnostiadis on pole position would have had the likes of Victoria Farfus to deal with, but a yellow flag at post 5 would cause more drama with action between Sofia Pavaznaya and Victoria Farfus, resulting in a penalty at the end of the race for Farfus, who did finish second on track but dropped down post-race. That brought Conor Clancy up to second and Matyas Vitver up to third, matching the results that we had in qualifying heat 1. Drivers make their way into the tram lines. Lights are green. We are racing in the first final this weekend, and it is Anagnostiadis who breaks away well from the pole starting position. This is 2 karts go straight off the circuit, the 43 and the 32. And there's another kart off in the barrier. It's Axel Nocom. You can see there the leading trio just ahead as through goes Egon Prodrotti, and look at that, the train goes through. Down the inside, change for the lead. Matyas Vitver leads this final. Gale, who qualified terribly this morning, is now battling in this final with the pole sitter from qualifying this morning. Down the inside he goes. This is the battle for second place, and they are dropping time from Matyas Vitver, who leads the way now by 1.4 seconds. Beautiful switchback move there from Marshall. And now, well, Anagnostiadis is going to fight back, and that will allow Angelina Simons to break through as well. But Matyas Vitver here, who has yet to win a final here in Franciacorta in the first final of the weekend, will win across the line. It is Matyas Vitver in Franciacorta. He becomes the 5th different final winner of the championship so far. The second day of racing for the Champions of the Future Academy program at Franciacorta started with time qualifying, and it would be Enea Pezzutto on pole position after a fabulous session and was nervous going into the racing.
I never started first, and I'm a bit nervous.
But nerves wouldn't be the only issue, because James Anagnostiadis would certainly bash his way through and get through into the race lead and take the first heat win. Enea Pezzutto would still finish very strongly in P2 ahead of Jan Mikuleshko, but it would all go wrong at the back of the grid though, with 4 drivers unfortunately getting caught out in the opening lap, with Michaela Hart, Sara Matsui, Dinia Islamov and Isaac Say all colliding at the first heat. Heat 2 was a similar story for the top 3, but slightly different, with William Marshall being the next biggest winner on track. James Anagnostiadis would have to settle for second place, with Conor Clancy rounding out the top three, but it wouldn't end too well for two drivers. Sujana and Sanjana Dandu unfortunately colliding on the last few laps, but it would be James Anagnostiadis starting on pole position for the final. Drivers into the tram lines and the lights go green for the first final of the day, and it's a great start for Anagnostiadis and the drivers behind as well. Marshall and Pezzutto get through as the field snake their way. One driver gets caught out on those exit curbs, drives straight off the circuit. Marshall goes down the inside of Rajpold and moves up into second place. There is a driver out of the car and not going any further. That looks to me like that could be clearly a Sodu out of the race. Down the inside, big send for Enea Pezzutto, gets back past Kacper Rajpold now, who's down to P5. But right now, Conor Clancy wants to take control of it as he dives down the inside. They go wheel to wheel for the race lead. Well, look at this. Clancy's broken away now as Enea Pezzutto gets back up into second place now. Down in towards turn 14, another change again. Big send for Rajpold. Down the inside. Action here though. Down the inside, it's a close one for the lead. Pezzutto manages to find a way through. And now Clancy goes down into P3. It's for Italy. It's Enea Pezzutto across the line. He wins the final here in the OKN Junior category and becomes the 6th different final winner of the championship.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty forward. Obviously, I didn't really want to win. Wanted to win on track, but yeah, looking forward to the UAE now. Got a good lead in the championship, so just need to be consistent and yeah.
At the end of a busy weekend of racing for the OKN Junior category in Franciacorta, it is still James Anagnostiadis who stands on top of the points after Matyas Vitver takes his first final win of the season in the first final. But still, at the end of the European stage, we don't know who could be champion when we go to the Middle East.